to keep him in there. And if one of them pillars done fell, which it did, and it done got exposed, trust and understand that he's on the move. Why? In that movie, when that pillar went down, when that dude went to sleep that was supposed to be guarding one of them corners to keep the golden child trapped. Those of y'all who know the movie. Okay? Listen, when that child went, when that dude ever sleep, when he went down, the golden child was able to get out. You see? And he was traveling and moving in the unseen. You see? And Malachi put it out in the message that things are moving fast now, moving quickly now. Keep up. You see? He ain't playing no games with these people. So don't be surprised if some more stuff come out, some more exposures happen. You see? And then definitely don't be surprised when you either get the message or you heard that it happened and you didn't even know it happened. And they'll say, he's out. Dr. Malachi York has been released. The White York has been released from prison. Da, 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 da. And the next thing people are going to be asking is where he at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is reality. It's getting to a point where one of the sons who I always go to for information, he moving around. I feel the energy, as you call it, right? Which is the emotional atmosphere. I feel it. And he up and he amped up. I said, what's up? I said, what's the word from Pops? He said, yeah, I was just talking to him on the phone. Da, da, da. I said, what's the word? He said, I can't tell nobody, bro. I said, what you mean you can't tell nobody? I said, he told me not to tell nobody. I can't tell nobody. Right? So yeah, he'll walk out. And he'll walk out soon, and ain't nothing they're gonna be able to do. And then all of that other, but see, the thing to answer your question is everybody rushed for his seat and rushed for his money. It was about money. It was about power. It was about greed. I mean, is this a foreign story? We see this often. We see that happen a lot, where somebody in power, you know what I'm saying, either get taken down apparently or however, and everybody rush for the seat or rush for the money. It don't even got to be nothing. Look, when somebody passes away in the community, see how everybody be fighting over the belongings and the money and who got the insurance claims and the beneficiaries and who's in the will, and that's all they care about. What you leave me. What can you give me that I have to work for? See?
I just want to say thank you, bro, for real. Just by sharing that, for real, because this is something that need to be out there more. Like Ty actually was one of the first people that put me on to that. So I understood, like, okay, it's a little more going on than they actually saying. You got to do your own research because it ain't just out there.
Yep.
You can't just find YouTube videos of this.
It has to matter to you. You see, it has to matter to you. In the same way you saying thank me, I'm saying thank you, because even what you saying that is letting me know I'm in the right place, doing the right thing at this time. Not just because you showed gratitude, but because I can feel the sincerity behind it. Yeah, it has to matter to you. That's how you're going to get where you need to go. If it don't matter what I say. I can say anything. You come on here and do what the girl just did. Right? She didn't care. It don't mean anything what I was talking about. And a lot of people move like that. They be in the comments and stuff like that. All that we got to work together. You're not going to do anything. Why you telling me we need to work together? Why don't y'all just work together?
They say that, and I done had situations. I never see it. I done tried.
You heard what I said?
And then I see people build communities, and I say, how
right.
they do?
That's what I'm saying. You heard what I said, right? They'll tell me you're causing division. I'm causing division? It looks like y'all already divided. You're trying to stop us from working. I'm not stopping y'all. Y'all won't work together. All I'm doing is telling the truth about why it is that way. Because y'all are all for self. Individual.
They said
so ain't no phase one. You ain't gonna try to make me no scapegoat either. It ain't Omari. Omari didn't cause no confusion out here. Y'all confused. Omari ain't caused no division out here. Y'all divided. Omari ain't coming out here pushing no fallacies. Y'all got the fallacies. Y'all got the illusions. Omari is challenging your division, challenging your confusion, challenging your fallacies and illusions, and now he's the up. Now phase one got to be the up.
They trying to put veils over people, and when you break it down like that,
they don't like that because they lose customers. Y'all think people care about the soul? They don't even know what it is. Y'all think people care about spirituality? They don't even know what it is. They care about money. I'm telling you that's what it's about. I'm showing you that's what it's about. And if they can't make their money, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk to you. Who else be on live? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 a.m. teaching just like this, talking to y'all, in person, talking to y'all, working with certain people. I'll take you individually and say, this is what you need to do for you to get this, and that. Taking the time, and I don't ask you for no money. These people only care about money, which is why they can't highlight someone who came through and did everything that Malachi did, because then they're not going to amount to it, and they fear that they're going to lose attention, which is also another currency. Money, another currency. Sex, another currency. People are afraid to lose these pieces of this material world. Not
Okay.
I said, okay?
We really need to stop having sex, honestly.
You said what?
No, I'm keeping it real. I think the biggest problem in the society right now, I think we need abstinence.
I think so
Ego.
too. I know some.
Because
I agree with you.
I
And
felt
it's so. Go
much
ahead.
better because I studied this and I know for a fact when I was 19 I wasn't doing nothing, and then it was years where I went back into it, but then at this point I feel like I'm way more receptive to new information now, and I'm like, what's going on? I've been fasting. I've been actually withholding from sex. Like, it's hard though, because it make you like this. You feel me? But you need that.
Sacrifice.
You make sense. I would tell you from my observation, you telling the truth, that you were receptive today. You know what I'm saying? You to me, you seem that you were able to receive what was being said. And I think that it'll be possible for you to ascend to what you call higher levels of knowledge and information with action after our talk. Meaning you go and actually look into what I was saying. You know what I mean? Yeah, go actually listen to Malachi York's teachings. Don't just believe some man telling you about another man. You're right. Fool, what do you call it? Prove them wrong. If they say he's just a man, go prove them wrong. You know what I mean? Go and look and see. And you start saying, wait a minute. If he's just a man, how can he do all this and how did he do all that? And y'all ain't did it. If he's just a man, then y'all should be able to do the same thing he's done. And y'all done had all this time and still ain't did it.
Because they don't
What
got
did you do with, ask them, what did they do with their time? Stop trying to act like some one person on the internet is stopping y'all. I wouldn't want to stop you from doing anything except succeeding in fooling people. If that's the problem, then ain't not, you can't do nothing about that anyway, because every time I speak, there's going to be more illusion shattered. That's how it's written. I ain't trying to do anything to stop people from coming together unless we're talking about the synagogue of Shaitan. We don't want the synagogue gatherings of Shaitan, the opposition, to be successful. We don't want the ops to gather. That's going to be a problem. So we will divide you. We will split you up. Why? Because y'all are opping. We don't want you to be powerful together because y'all are ops. You see, when you start moving in alignment with actual progress, when you start moving in alignment with actual truth, then it's different. I don't get into anybody else's business other than the business that is a part of my Father's business, if you understand my lingo. You start bringing up consciousness and you're not talking Malachi York, it doesn't make sense. You start talking about spirituality and you're not speaking Malachi York, it doesn't make sense. You start speaking about ancient Egyptian, this, ancient, and you're not speaking Malachi York, it doesn't make sense. Why? Because he got 100 books for each of those categories. 100 teachings for each of those categories. In every religion, every walk of life, there's no excuse. Everybody has been given the opportunity to come home, including the spiritual. They thought it was exempt. Y'all doing the same thing them preachers was doing, the imams and them was doing when it came to Malachi. Y'all say he's a demon. Y'all say he was an agent. Y'all say he was a government agent. Y'all say he was sent to cause confusion. He's a jinn. He's this, that, and the third. And all he was doing was telling the truth. And y'all even attempted to take his life. Assassination attempts. And Malachi said, Imam Isa at that time, Imam Isa, Malachi York said, okay, everybody, they sending all these people to do this to me, do that to me. He said, why nobody stopped and asked them Sunnis, why don't we just prove them wrong? If phase one is this, that, and the third, why, or we don't get him no energy, why don't we just prove him wrong so he can't mislead no more souls? If he misleading people, then let's shut it down. Let's shut down that illusion. Let's do everything we can to stop this agent. You ain't gonna tell me you gonna let an agent run free and run rapid and destroy your community and divide your community, and ain't none of y'all niggas got the heart to stand up against me? Well, that should be even more proof why these niggas ain't no leaders. Because you're going to let an agent come in and fuck your shit up, and you scared, and you don't want to bring me on the platform and say, look, we finna show that, we finna expose this nigga in front of everybody. You don't want to do, you don't want to even go live. You don't want to address it. You don't want to say the name. And if you do say the name, you're going to spell it wrong. Because you don't want people to go look into who it is. You see? And I'm an agent, and y'all are leaders, and y'all are warriors. All right, so all y'all women need to be taking note. All y'all sisters need to be taking note. These niggas is scared, and they will let an agent come into your community and fuck y'all shit up and take people away from right knowledge and right wisdom and right understanding. That's what they said, that they would let me run into the community, snatch everybody up out of there, cause division, shut down this person, call this person out, kill this illusion, debate that DEA shit, shut that shit down, debate that carbon shit, shut that shit down. They would let me and lead all of y'all to confusion, and they ain't gonna do nothing to stop me. They scared. Look, that's how you hit them, because then they can't do nothing. Say, damn, if Phase One's an agent and he getting big, why nobody stopping him? Somebody need to get in there and stop this thing. You know what I mean? Then they hit them with that. Then they ain't gonna have no response, because they can't respond without saying this is true. Well, we don't want to entertain negativity. All right, so if somebody come into the neighborhood or into the community and they want to shoot and cause harm and cause division and hurt people, you gonna close your blinds and say you're not entertaining negativity with all the women and children in that community? You're weak. You're scared. You ain't got no backbone. Which is why if this nigga Phase One is an agent, you can't even stop him. That look even worse than you calling him an agent. The fact you can't stop him. You see that? Y'all speaking for them. Why 19 Keys not speaking for himself? Y'all speaking for them. Why Rashad Jamal stop speaking for himself? Why he blocked me and run? Y'all speaking for them. Why Young Pharaoh blocked me and run? Y'all speaking for them. Where the Bobby Him is at? Y'all speaking for them. Where Billy Carson and the Black Magic 363 dude at? You know what's up. Y'all speaking for them. I saw Billy Carson in person with the Stone Mountain. Nobody expected me to come there because I don't announce where I'm going. And I could pop up at any one of your events. Easily it'll become mine if I talk loud enough. I wasn't there to take over. Somebody even offered me, said, you want to speak? I said, no, I'm here to observe. And I was observing. I walked, listen, he was 10 feet away from me, Billy Carson, walking in my direction, walked the other way. Across me. Didn't come to me. Him, nor the rich guy dude, Black Man 363, none of them. I'm not a threat. Why y'all can't face me?
Communities.
Huh?
I know all of these people you talking about, and they pretty well off, but none of them got communities.
You said none of them got what?
None of them got communities.
They're not trying to build a community. All of them are well off, but they're not trying to build a community. And Malachi well off by himself and built a community and made everybody well off in the community. Well, let me say that one more time. All of them are well off,
for themselves.
but they're not trying to build a community, haven't built a community, ain't even thought about it. And the ones that say, I'm trying to figure it out. 19 Keys, he's a liar. If you're trying to figure it out, it would have been figured out by now. You done had 23 years to figure it out.
Countries at that point.
Come on now. And you're just one man. And you're a part of the NOI.
Where we all came together and we really wanted to learn this. Because that's what this is about. That's why I'm listening.
That's the thing. They don't want to.
It's about empowering it to the point where it's not just a community. It's a country. It's a nation.
Yeah. That's what we're working on. That's why the government rushed in to stop it. They were afraid of that. So I think a lot of them just don't have a backbone. They're afraid. They're scared. They're scared to do it. They saw what happened to Malachi. They think their life is too precious. They love their convertibles. They love their steak dinners. You know what I'm saying? And they love their sex. They don't want to give it up. So they're afraid.
Like how you were saying, like how we need to be absent and all that. They don't want to give all that up. They're not ready for all that.
They talk a game like they are.
Community, or they want to mislead and get money off that. And it's all the money thing around. It's not about community for them.
They live in a lower nature, and what you are is who you attract.
Yeah, they learned right knowledge and they ran from it. They took that and corrupted it so they can make money off of it to benefit themselves. They ain't for like benefiting other people and leading and gathering the righteous and like minded people. They know what's right and they still choose evil.
There you go. That's called a kafir. That's 19 keys all day. A kafir, kafirun. The kafirun know the truth, they know the way, and they choose to conceal it. He know who Malachi is. All that trying to act like, oh, we got to figure out a way to get the community together. Y'all know who he is. You know he already done it, and you trying to conceal it like it ain't happened. Talking about
It's
some
really
Z
a
York.
company.
Malachi name is not Z York. Don't call him Z York. His name is Malachi Z York. That's a disrespect. That's like me saying Muhammad. That's like me saying Mr. Poole, as opposed to the most
Doctor.
honorable Elijah Muhammad. You see, I'm not gonna say Elijah Poole or Mr. Poole or Muhammad. Who is Z York? They don't want to say his name. They can't even write his name out. You see what I'm saying to you? Because it does something inside that they have to deal with that reality every day that they don't amount to who they're trying to be. They're called wannabes. All right. Now, if they just went out there and did their thing without trying to merge over into this, I wouldn't have anything to say to them. I don't check people that are just doing business. People say, why you don't come at the white people? First of all, the white people ain't getting in our way.
The white
Let
person
me
ain't
let me say that 2 more times.
kill you, get in your
People say,
pocket.
why you ain't coming at the white people? First of all, the white people not getting in our way. People say, why you not coming at the white people? First of all, the white people not getting in our way. They're not trying to act like there's some incarnates from another planet. They're not trying to align themselves as angels to lead the conscious community out of hell. They're not doing none of that. It's y'all doing that, trying to take on these titles. And the main people that we're here to reach and help, y'all want to take them as your own subservient slaves that keep feeding you. That's why I say shut that down. And we did. And we shut a lot of it down. That's what another thing they mad about was not only do it look weird that you ain't addressed phase one, and that when you try to, it shuts down, or you say my name like 607 Unc did, and he brought 20,000 more people to my page. Plus, and these people came and they still here. They still looking, they still watching, they still seeing. They hate to see that I can post a video that I done posted 7, 8 times and it still go viral every time or still get millions of views every time. They hate to see like today, if I get out there and make a video, people are going to listen to what I got to say. They want to know what I have to say. If I post a picture, I post with Shad Jamal standing there in front of it and say the same thing I just said to y'all, that all these people trying to call me an agent, why they didn't stop me? All these people trying to call me an agent, then how can they go sit there and let an agent run rapid in the community without proving him wrong and shutting him down? Because all it takes is for you, like I do, these people ain't even provoked. I just went in and did it and shut down all the illusions because that ain't what people need. People need to know, first of all, if you're going to study chemistry, not Bobby Hemmett. He's not a chemist. So he don't have no business speaking on carbon. He don't know what he's talking about. Rashad Jamal don't have no business speaking on genes. He's not a geneticist. You see, these people don't have no business talking about the scientific disciplines or the fields of discipline, right? Out there in the science world. They don't have no business talking about that if they're going to in turn say that the science is fake. Then stop using their words. Use your own words. You tell me that your divine insight and you channeled information from the Akashic records, the ethers, and your information came back as scientific compound words or words that they don't use from Greek language. You're still using their words, but you channeled. If you channeled, why didn't you channel a new information and a new way of explaining things? Why are you using what they're using? Where's your laboratory? Where do you work with? We say you're one of the scientists, and why do you sit at home? You're one of the 23 scientists that created the cosmos, and you at home sitting on somebody's Wi-Fi, recording and screaming at us on live, and you're one of the creators of the cosmos. Where's your laboratory? Where do you actually work with the elements? Explain to me about the periodic table. Let's break it down. Oh, I don't want to get into all of that. And why are you using carbon? Why? Because it's one of the easy ones that you can learn 666 for some reason, and you want people to be walking around talking about they are 666, taking on the mark and the number of the beast. That's what you want to do? How? How is it that that one element that aligns 666 that y'all run with and say that that's who we are? When it's in every living organism, carbon, but you still wanted to mean black people, You aligned with black man is the devil. You did it. You said 666. You said we are Satan. Well, Satan is in our brain. We just got soot in our brain. So does everybody else if you're speaking of neuromelanin.
But we didn't come up with black, did we?
No, we
No.
didn't. Nobody here spoke that's speaking the language we're speaking it right now was even born in the time that the languages would have been forming. No, what I'm saying is,
Black.
go ahead.
Nobody was black. They didn't see themselves as black.
Some people did say that.
Black,
It's just different languages. Look, we can get into that. Check this out. The color itself, we understand, is brown, right? In this day and time. That
yeah.
doesn't mean that at one point in time, the melanin wasn't more present.
Yeah.
Because it could have been at one point in time, the melanin was more present and human beings appeared black. You see? There could have been a time period where human beings appeared green.
And
There's so
blue.
many different ways we could talk about it. The point here is Bobby Hemmett was telling people that darkness is us. The blackness is us. The 666, all the devil, the goat, all of that. The goat, he said, stop being scared of this symbol. Why are we even talking or discussing about the symbol being anything dealing with us? Why don't we just make our own symbols? Why are you telling us about the Baphomet and how we need to be with the Baphomet? Why don't you just make a symbol for us? How about y'all just come together? It's enough of y'all minds. Y'all come together and give us a symbol like Malachi did. Malachi gave us our own symbols. Malachi gave us our own language, our own story. If you're going to do something, do that. Why you want us to be Greek? We're not Greeks. Why you want us to worship Pan and Sophia? We're not
Stars,
Greeks.
right?
Huh?
Those Greek symbols come from the stars, right?
Which Greek symbols?
The symbols that you're talking about, when they made these symbols, they based it off astrology. Or am I wrong?
I think I understand what you're saying. They're similar to astrology.
Like
No, it's not all based off astrology. The thing about symbols is representation, right? So symbol could represent a million things. And if you don't have the actual meaning or the actual representation, all right, it hasn't been passed down to you, then you can interpret to mean whatever you want to interpret it to mean. But a lot of people don't pay attention to what you brought up. These stars and the positioning of these stars in the images. There's a star in the image of Baphomet. It's the five-pointed star. That five-pointed star also shows up in the Samael Lilith image. Okay, we're gonna look up Samael and Lilith, right?
Lilith.
There's a upside down five-pointed star with a goat in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The five-pointed star belongs to what they call the Church of Shaitan. Church is a synagogue, all right, or a meeting place, a gathering point. Satan, the synagogue of Satan. The synagogue of Satan owns that five-pointed star. Hollywood, Walk of Fame, Hall of Fame, the five-pointed stars. I'll make you a star. BET with the five-pointed star, right? That's speaking of Baphomet, the pentagram god. Penta, okay, of a symbol of imperfection. Okay, then you have the symbol of perfection, which is that six-pointed star. Okay, hexagram, what they call the Star of David, also referred to by Dr.
Silver
Malachi York
Solomon.
as the Star of Flesh. You see, because it was representing that Bethlehem realm, okay, of that being who was coming, Jesus, and they followed the star. You see, so you got the Star of Flesh, Star of David, Shield of David, okay, whatever you want to call it, the Star of God's promised people, chosen people. However, either way, that six-pointed star also shows up as a symbol for what's referred to as Heka, or Hika. And Hika, or Heka, or Heka, is saying a school of correspondence. All things within, all things without.
You mean 8?
Okay? Huh?
Is that 8?
That's 6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Hex. 6. Hecagon. Okay?
Okay.
Hika.
Oct.
Yeah,
Oct.
for
So you look at a six-pointed star, and you'll realize that
want me
it's
to get
pointing upward and pointing downward. It looked the same way. Pointing to the left, pointing to the right, it looked the same way. You see? But when it comes to the pentagram, if you flip the pentagram upside down, it's not the same point.
Gotcha.
Okay? Point.
Gotcha.
Okay? The points have shifted. So when people say the pentagram, all that represent as above, so below, that's a lie. That symbol does not represent as above, so below, not even mathematically, because when you flip the symbol, it'll be a different symbol. It's a symbol of imperfection. Okay? It's not sourcing from both all at once in every direction. It's sourcing from one point. There's another point open. It's similar to the duality, okay, where you have left and right. And people say, oh, duality is balance. Duality is not balance, not truthfully speaking, because duality, negative and positive are not the same. That's not a balance. You see, if I put negative on a scale and positive on the scale, would it balance out? You people don't know what they're talking about.
Negative
You see,
heavier, lower.
scale and a rock on the scale, is it going to balance out?
If you got a
No.
negative person in the room and a bunch of positive, you got a bunch of negative people in the room with one positive person, they're gonna overpower them.
Depend on the positive person. Okay, it also could depend on the weight of the rock or the weight of the feather. The point is, saying it as a statement of definitiveness it doesn't make it true. You with me? So when they say, "Oh, that's just balance," then we say, "Explain it." Like right here, this right here. You see these scales, right? They're tipped. That's not balance. You see these scales? They're tipped. That's not balance. You with me? So somebody wanted to argue, oh, the scale is balanced with duality. No, one is negative, one is positive. It's not a balance. They don't know what balance means. There's actually an imbalance. So a battery is imbalanced. If a battery was balanced, it wouldn't work. Am I making sense? Because it's like you have to undo the backward thinking just for people to have a conversation with you. And then they think they're ready, but they come in. What do you say? Wake up what do you say? No more backward thinking, it's time for thinking ahead. In the Wake Up Everybody song that Dr. Melakazi York wrote. Right? Wake up everybody. He wrote that song. The backward thinking is what got everybody
He
thinking
wrote
that's
that
out there. Yeah, Melakazi York wrote that.
and he sung that song.
No, he didn't sing it. He wrote it.
Wait a minute. So he was into music too?
Yeah. Well, you got some research to do.
My boy.
He influenced the entire music industry before it went left. He influenced the Patti LaBelle's. She was Nubian. Stevie Wonder, the Beyoncés, the Jay-Z's, all of them. He had York Production Studios, even Puffy in them. Yeah. He showed everybody how to get the money in the music and how to go big with it. But he just wasn't with Hollywood. So he didn't do what the Hollywood artists did. But you go look him up, he was on TV, all of that. But they try to wipe him up under the rug. You ever heard of Jacob York? Jacob York is his son. Jacob York was right there with Puffy and them. It's a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes deep. The point is, right? If people really wanted the change to take place, they would make it happen. But the only way they'll be able to do that is if they avoid the error of their ways and say, okay, I made an error. They ain't gonna make the change. You're gonna say the same. You're gonna keep saying Baphomet this, Baphomet that. We are Baphomet. Got niggas out here, melanin dominant skin, riding around with a Baphomet symbol on, not understanding that you so powerful, you a God, you a creator, and you didn't even make your own symbol. You run around with somebody else's symbol on your back, talking about some we this, we that. It represent this, it represent that. What about what you got that represents something? You just gonna copy what they have? And how you using the same thing the rock artist is using. Them rock artists put that Baphomet on there with the 666 and the blood and the skulls, and it's all about death and data. Because that's what they're looking forward to. A lot of them don't like living. They feel out of place. They feel imperfect. They crash out. Why you got a lot of them school shooters? They be Caucasoids. Because they crash out. And their frequencies is off. Everything in nature, they feel like it's telling them they don't belong. And then they look at the world and they see what their ancestors did to the melanin dominant people. They think, I'm evil. And they start accepting their nature. They look at the Hollywood movies. Every time you see white people partying, it's raves and blood and rocks. They say, I'm evil. I must be evil. And they crash out. They say, well, if I'm evil, I might as well do my evil deeds. And they go and kill innocent children. Y'all think I'm lying? You got to study psychology of the human being, and then also have to realize that psychology is diversified amongst people's different situations or experiences as human beings with melanin variations, if that makes sense, meaning different races. So they'll have, generally speaking, different experiences because those races of people have different cultures or experiences and histories that they agree upon. Now, if you got white boy in the hood, he might not feel that way. White boy in the hood ain't gonna shoot up no school, possibly, right? But still, there might be a psychology associated with that, where a white boy in the hood still got white family where he at. You see? So it's a lot to study about. Same way you study the psychology of melanin dominant people and see why we do certain things that we do based off of what we accepted to be our history. A lot of people accepted that their history is slavery. You never research that. You never talk to your elders to figure out whether or not you actually were enslaved. And a lot of our elders passed away before we got a chance to. So you don't know that. You already told we were slaves. That's how mixing happens. And the people think slave owner, what color they mind? A Caucasian person. There were melanin dominant people who owned slaves.
And they didn't just have plantations with cotton on them either.
Right.
It was a
See,
lot.
it was different systems. Indentured servants.
All
You know what I'm
types.
saying? People are seeing over their business, the cattle, all of that. It wasn't just no cotton picking. But they say that because people have accepted it to be, generally speaking, their history. So then that's going to affect people's psychology. When you think, I come from slaves. You come from slaves is something that resonates in your being, and then you'll act that way. So when you see a white person, you think that they're owed a certain amount of respect. You see them walking on the sidewalk, a lot of people will walk out the way. A lot of people see white people walking up behind them in line. You know what I'm saying? They get to moving. Not me. Not me. And anybody, especially when I'm with my wife, certain things we don't play. I was taught not to play that. I don't give a damn how old, however you look. I don't have the white inferiority syndrome or the black inferiority syndrome, white superiority syndrome. It's not in me. So if you ain't in line, you ain't in line. Ain't no look at the white man. We don't have the halo effect when it comes to them. And don't you dare look at my woman. Simple. Who are you looking at? Matter of fact, hey, stand over here with me. You see what I'm saying? Hey, get behind me. Yeah, go ahead and attend to your thing. I'm not going to disrespect you, but all them innuendos that people didn't pick up on, we pick up on them. You got to stand far away from us. You see what I'm saying? And I don't treat everybody like that. I'm just saying that there's certain people that we know where you're coming from with it. You don't get to walk up in here and just be white, and then it's like, you right. No, you who you are. And we see that. Some people don't think like that. They move off the sidewalk. My wife be looking at me trying to see if we going to move, and I'll be looking straight, and we keep walking, and they move. There might have been a time period where your ancestors that you psychologically accepted as a truth made our ancestors move off the sidewalk. So I understand your psychology of why you looking around with your woman. Okay, we finna do that thing they do. What you call it when they people driving on the road and they trying to figure out who gonna turn off first when they going to head on? We finna crash right here because I'm not moving because so many of mine had to move off that sidewalk. We heard about those who had to move off that sidewalk. And if they didn't, what you did. Okay, if I don't, what you gonna do? And again, you speak, I'll speak. You see? But that don't mean I'm gonna be smiling and shining my teeth to you either. Because what they'll do, a lot of them will take that energy. You get what I'm explaining? They'll take that. What does take that energy mean? It means that it will not be reciprocated, the smile. There will only be an out they took from you. It wasn't a reciprocal or mutual interaction. We ain't doing none of that. You smile, I'll smile. I'm not going out of my way. You get that? So a lot of people don't have that experience because they've accepted that, quote unquote, we come from slaves. Our ancestors were this, our ancestors were that. And we just don't know whether or not that's true, but they taught us that in school. Why? Because they taught that they were trying to teach that we can be conquered, and they were also trying to teach that the other people in society are above us, and I just wasn't taught that. Matter of fact, I was taught the opposite, but not to weaponize it. I was taught how you gonna call somebody a melanin dominant person. Is there? Speak about how this gene has receded and became melanin recessive, and then you're gonna try to tell that same person that's looking at this science of these alleles and how they line up to make this box of heredity. You're gonna tell me that I'm inferior to the person whose genes receded. You're gonna tell me that there's a lack of pigmentation that causes what you think is blue eyes, which really is a trick of the eyes, right? You think it's blue eyes, really it's a lack of pigmentation. That's how it shows up to you when you register it. You're going to tell me that that person's eyes are quote unquote better than mine and I have pigment in mine? You're going to tell me the lack of melanin produces this person, all right? They age quicker. The skin is different and they have exposure that they can't tolerate to certain degrees, most of them, when it comes to sunlight and da-da-da-da. And even when their body mass index, the body mass index that they attempted to align with all melanin dominant people also, they don't have nothing to do with melanin dominant people. Their body mass index is based on Caucasians. When you bring in your child and they say your child is overweight, your child could be the perfect weight. They're overweight in their system according to their bodies. Look at the body mass index. We're not shaped like that, generally speaking.
Yeah, they
We don't
standard.
look like that. And you
They
see the
standard.
elders, our elders, they start getting 50, 60 years old, so long as they live in that life, right, where it's not the life that they've been trumped with all of the pork and ham hocks, all that. You see them elders be looking like they 40 years old. They be 70, right? It's the other way around. These people be 40 looking 70. You see? And again, this is just my observation. So you're going to tell me that that means they're superior? Their superiority lasts between 10 years old to about 25, and then they start getting away from themselves. And you're going to tell me that and then they say black don't crack. And you're going to tell me black don't crack, but at the same time, you're going to say that we're inferior? So here's what I say. All right, fine. I walk in a room full of Caucasian people. I feel them get nervous because I'm here. I'm just there. I didn't do anything to anybody say nothing. Well, let me tell you what I do in my being. I'm going to salute you, respect you the same way I respect anybody else. You see? But I'm not going to put you on no type of pedestal, because look at what happened with the world that you took over. Look what it became. You're killing the planet. This wasn't our thing. You're destroying the crop order of the land. You got Native Americans still to this day look and say, what is the white brother doing? What is he doing? And they said, I saw a snake winding through the country, a gray snake. Yeah, that could be the train. That you see the train that'll put all this pollution in the air and all these roads where you find that you put in concrete over places that were rich. We got to have more machines, more smog, more noise, more dissonance. And it's like, yo, you see, this is what I'm explaining. So I don't treat people like, but I was taught. Yeah. You want to know something else? The black women, the melanin dominant women, when they get a big position and they start talking about black people this, black people that, look at their hair.
Real talk.
Look at their hair. It's still there. The psychology is still there. You'll know the psychology has worn off when the women stop wearing their hats. Because that's what it is. It's a hat. And it's a hat that you're dressing up like the white lady. And they don't stop at the women. You see the men, they get in power, what they put on? They put on a suit. They shake their head ball. They stand there and say, well, here we go, brothers and sisters.
And they got a thing now, and then I hate this about it, because it's like, as black people, we should never do that to each other, especially like women should never do this to men. Men start growing their hair out, they start to look at us like, oh, he think he all that. And it's like, what? Because your hair is longer?
But that's an internalization. They pushing they own self doubt on you. Cause like when I was in school, I had this girl. Her name was Shy, and she had raw. Like her real hair was beautiful. One day she was asking me, she was like, "Corey, you like when I wear my regular hair, or you like when I do like put in like the weave and all the braids and shit?" I was like, "Son, your regular hair pressure. You might as well just wear it like that." Still ain't never do that. Like some days she'll wear it, some days she'll put the other stuff in. But it's like, why would you ask me that if you know what you gonna do anyway?
She want to know if you with her, you know what I'm saying? And you may not have the courage to make the decision. She just
Yeah.
wanted to know if you would support it. I don't mean the courage will be completely there because she has to deal with societal pressures.
Not programmed for it.
Yeah.
Societal pressure, don't miss that point. Because we're not women. You see, the society, especially as a young girl, the societal pressure of the looks that she get from the other women the looks of disgust, which
From
is
my own
really
them,
internalized
yeah,
oppression behavior.
Yeah, if people do
Because
stuff for validation, they don't really do it for to
they
make
were
them feel
taught that the
better.
afros was something negative and vilified. But they don't know where that's coming from. A lot of them is coming from different people who were Sally and them, who observed the quote unquote slave masters, right, taking to the African women or the Native American women. They were attracted to them. They were attracted to their hips. They were attracted to their lips. They were attracted to their hair. You see?
they
So
are.
when the Sally stood next to, Sally was frail, Sally was older, Sally was beat down, right? And Sally stood next to a young melanin dominant woman.
And felt inferior.
She felt inferior. She felt it. So preparation for church, oh, we got to do something with this hair. So they started suppressing it,
Flat
compressing it,
iron it.
pressing it,
Yeah.
right? And straightening it out to make it look more like the other daughter's hair and her hair so that they would feel less intimidated. It's
And they
still that
made that the
same,
beauty standard.
that psychology survives today because if a melanin dominant woman walks into corporate America with an afro, they're going to say she's making a revolutionary statement and it's just her natural hair.
But that's us too, though. Cause look, bro, my hair is down.
Yeah.
Dread go down. Your hair ain't supposed to be dreaded.
It do that natural though. It is.
But
If you
natural,
even white people let their hair just leave it alone and don't put nothing in it, never comb it. They hair lock up too. It'll just take longer. Your hair naturally tangle.
Naturally our hair doesn't lock up. I understand that. We still did styles. Yeah, we weren't
Yeah.
bushmen.
yeah.
We still did styles. We still make statements, and different people did it for different reasons. Some people understood that the hair is antennas, aligned with
And
your
then
nervous system.
they try to vilify it and call it dreads when that's not what it is. Cause
It was
dread don't
called,
mean
yeah, we some people call it locks, some people call it
yeah.
roots. Your roots. You see, I was taught roots or locks. So either way, we said antennas. Everybody called us crazy. Now they're talking about the hair being connected to the nervous system and all of that. Yeah, but we've
That's
been saying that, and
like
that's
touch
why we did
your hair.
locks,
They
and that's why
can't
we
touch.
didn't cut our hair,
Yeah, and don't let nobody touch your hair.
and don't let
Yeah.
nobody touch your hair. I didn't let nobody touch my hair unless they like. If I felt like you were on point mentally, right, and you were taking care of yourself, psychologically speaking, psyche, you were taking care of your soul. All right, and when you met me, it aligned. Then I let you touch my hair. Interestingly enough, most of them conscious community women that I encountered, I did not want them touching my hair. Average female in the hood, I let her touch my hair. And people was confused about that. I said, you don't understand. A lot of these conscious community women have been exposed to a lot of what you call darkness, right? And things that people don't understand about, but they throw on them in it, like tantra, right? And magic and roots and stuff that they don't know anything about. So when you
Like
touching something and
crystals
you
and
don't know
all
what it is,
that.
right? You know, certain things can blow up on you and you have a residue and they become darker and darker and darker. And the more you attempt to suppress the nature of yourself, you actually become heavier. So a lot of people think that they can put on this whole I'm a this, I'm a goddess, or I'm a queen and grand rising. You think you can put on, every time you put on, you're suppressing the darkness that you don't show. Every time you put on, you're suppressing the tendencies that you don't, and it ails you.
It
You
build
see,
up.
it doesn't heal you, it ails you. And then I feel all that illness. When you, I don't want to feel it. So it felt icky when a lot of them would try to touch me. I lean and say, well, let me touch your crown. No. And then the sister who don't even know nothing about the crown word, all she know about crown royal, she could touch my hair. Because she's still being her. And in her circumstances, she ain't, when it was coming to me and her, she wasn't afraid to tell me about the things she was doing and who she done been with and all this other stuff. Open book. Oh, then
Authentic.
you're good. In
Authenticity.
my book, this is my thing. Not everybody got to think this way. In my thing, you're in my book, okay, you're good. Because I could say to you, X, that, and the third, and you ain't going to take it and try to flip it to be something else, you know what I'm saying? And you hiding your intentions. I already know what your intentions are. If you got company coming over, you going to tell me you got company coming over. Hey, what you about to do? I got company coming over here. Not no, I need to clean up the house, so I'll just talk to you later. You know you ain't gonna clean up the house. You got somebody else gonna come clean up the house. You get what I'm saying? And I'd rather deal with someone who would tell me the truth. And if you can speak truthfully, then yeah, your aura is good to me. Your emotional atmosphere is good to me. And the reason why I'm using the word emotional atmosphere, a lot of people got to replace these older words with things that make more sense. All right? Because just because somebody's quote unquote energy is off, that don't mean it's that their energy is off. Okay? Their energy is off to you. You're not rocking with them. You're not vibing with them. That don't make them bad. That don't make them evil. Just because they're disagreeable to you, that don't make them an evil person. Disagreeable don't mean evil. Malachi Z. York taught that. So somebody walk in a party and you get a bad vibe from them, you might just be hating. You ever thought
Bro, what
about that?
happened when you got on here? We was disagreeing at first.
Yeah, listen, even that was me challenging you or how you were speaking to Tah. The way you were speaking to Tah, I ain't even get involved until you was like, you ain't up here. You can't argue that. I said, let me get up here. Actually, I got up there a little earlier than that. But I didn't really get involved until you was like, you know what I'm saying? I said, okay, well, I said, I can argue. You see? And then it's still, you dealt with it a certain way, which was more receptive. So we didn't have to crash and do none of that. I just wanted to say, listen, you saying argue, and you talking about lower vibratory, wouldn't it have been a lower vibratory? I was using what you was saying to show you. You get what I'm saying? The point being, somebody walk into a party and you say that, oh, I don't like their energy. That might be you. Everybody else in the energy, everybody else in the party might fuck with them. That's why I say emotional atmosphere, meaning how you're feeling and how it's going to affect what you do. Another way to say emotional intelligence. I like how they said that. Emotional intelligence. It's still emotional atmosphere. The reason I'm saying atmosphere, because they do scientifically speak about the human atmosphere. I think the CIA might have released some documents recently about that, right? But there is a human atmosphere, meaning when you go around somebody, based off your observation of their emotions and their emotional display, and depending on your emotional intelligence, it can affect you and will. So especially, it depends on proximity too, because if you're married to someone and it's your wife, but it's your husband, and they walk in from a long day and they up and they having a good time, you're gonna feel it. And you might have been having a bad day, they can lift you up. But if they walk in and they having a bad day, you're gonna feel that too. And depending on what your psyche is or your psychic self-defense is at that time, you may be brought down with them, or you may be able to meet them where they at and bring them up, or help stabilize them and neutralize what they're feeling so that they can relax, you see, and bounce back. My point is, sometimes it's proximity, the relationship you have with the person. Sometimes you don't even have to have the relationship with the person. You're just psychically inclined or emotionally intelligent. So when you see somebody, you also have the degree of being able to look past the veil or the presentation of, I'm okay.
When you do your own work on yourself, you can see the work people put in on themselves, and you could
Boom.
you could feel it. Like you could feel when somebody trying and when they really not on. Like you could feel when somebody wrong, but they not trying to blast or mislead people. They just truly ignorant, and ignorant don't mean dumb. It just mean you don't know, and that's okay. Cause like everybody don't know stuff. Yeah, you can't. It's impossible to know everything as a human.
That's a fact. Yep. So a lot of these words are advancing. People got to look more into the science, the brain, find out what's going on with yourself. You know what I mean? And when you encounter people, it will make more sense to you what people are going through once you learn about how this works, especially psychology and neuroscience. Conscious community be studying that all day. The thing I was saying about the hair was, I would let someone who wasn't conscious touch my hair before I would let somebody who claimed to be spiritual or conscious touch my hair. Because they got so many things that they don't put their hands in, literally, metaphorically, physically, right? And then the person, if your energy is right, as you call it, or your emotional atmosphere is correct, all right, or you're aligned with me and I vibe with you, I don't have no problem. We should be able to work just fine. So you can't fool me with the grand rising thing. You can't fool me with Ashe. You can't fool me with none of that. The sister got on here, was like, I was going to add some feminist stuff. My brain said she wants to add confusion. Right? That's my brain. Most people will probably be like, yeah, we do need some feminine balance. No, we don't. Because feminine don't mean woman.
When she said that, I ain't gonna stand. I thought like that. Like when she said that, I was like, all right, I see what you coming from. Until she started talking more, like until she started like, cause it was like I felt her point, but at the same time, like she wasn't saying it for real. It was like it was more. It was like how you said, it was causing more confusion than doing good.
Yeah, it's because of my experience. My experience in this field or in these fields, I automatically can look at you and tell you moving. First of all, you moving a lot. There's a lot of noise. All right. You're not focused on where we're going because of all the noise around you and how you're moving with the noise. You're trying to you're fidgeting. All right. And your points are fidgeting too. And you're being vague. You're here to cause confusion. It was simple. It was easy. I didn't come and say, hey man, we got the sister on here, man. Y'all, hey man, let's listen to what she got to say. Go ahead, sister. How you doing? I ain't do none of that. As soon as she came on, I went quiet. You gotta watch when I do that. As soon as she came on, I went quiet. And she said, and then I asked her that question to let you see and let her see you didn't get over. Your only thing was to derail. That was it. And then you threw the feminine thing in it. I want to get some feminine energy. You can't use that clause with me because if you were here to really put some feminine energy on the conversation, you just came in and did it. You brought all masculine.
I don't think she could help it though. You know what I'm saying? You got to sometimes meet people where they at too though.
I did meet her where she was. And that's what the question is for. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody where they are. When you walk into an event and you see somebody, yo, you just say, what's up? And then even the what's up is a what? Question. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? How's your mom? You know what I'm saying? Big crowd here tonight, huh? Questions. Questions is meeting people where they are to find out where they are. You know what I'm saying? Because every one of those moments is going to shift. As long as you have your point, all right, it's going to be productive. She didn't have a point. Even the point of it's all the same. I'm like, she must be talking about something 30 minutes ago because I was talking about something total. I'm not even on that. As she was talking about Allah and God, and we had moved on from that 30 minutes ago. Into Malachi, his situation, what was going on with the tribe, the nation, the people who betrayed him, all of that. And then she came and said, y'all all saying the same thing. How are we all saying the same thing? Is he asking me a question he don't know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling him, so you must be here to cause confusion. And I read that. So my point is, just because somebody come in and say, let's get some feminine energy in here, that's one of them disagreeable conscious community clauses that them disagreeable conscious community women use. Because if you really gonna bring in that quote unquote feminine water to the conversation, you just show up and it happens naturally. Or you don't even gotta say nothing. Just because you got on. You see, the way you got on, or the way you greet everybody. You know what I'm saying? If we needed to be righted or neutralized, we'll feel it. All that wanting to be loud and seen and all of that, that ain't her.
That's
The
conscious.
sisters I grew up around, if y'all doing too much, they gonna walk you in a certain way, and you gonna know we doing too much. We need to calm down. Hold on, we need to. And you gonna start talking to her. You good? You need anything? Da 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 da. Everything good? She don't gotta say a lot. Her energy will say it all. If your woman ready to go, it's two different ways she gonna be ready to go. She fed up with this shit, or she just ready to go. And you gonna have to be able to determine which one it is at that time. So she gonna look everybody, and she gonna know. I don't know what it is. They just know it. She gonna know when everybody not looking. So in the moment where everybody not looking, she gonna give you a 1.5-second glance, right? And that glance gonna be like, nigga, I'm ready to fucking go. What the fuck I told you I don't want to be here long. Or it's gonna be like, okay, can we go? And you gonna know that if you in tune. If you're not in tune, she ain't even gonna have that relationship with you to be able to give you that look. And that's gonna be another problem because she can't even give you that look. So you're gonna have to deal with the irritation. My point is, it ain't always negative. A lot of times it's positive. The women being able to walk in and just be, that affects the environment.
Hey, listen, man, we talk about this all the time, man. Look, man, I think feminine energy is a little bit of like balancing their own masculinity. You get what I'm saying? It can't just be like, oh, I'm a woman, so I'm feminine. Like a lot of times people think that's exclusive to just women. Men are feminine too, but we take that as,
Exactly.
oh, that's homosexual. But nah, like feminine means like to be able to play the background and listen. It's your subconscious. That's what really control the world.
Communication is feminine.
Exactly. This is feminine.
What we're doing is feminine. So that's why when she came and said, let me ask feminine, I just be quiet. Like, okay, what? This person must be here to cause confusion because there was no feminine needed. Now, if we were in here, you know, having a lack of communication. Notice I didn't just say conversation, communication. If there was a lack of communication, because conversation happened to people that communicated, right? If you, man, hold on, man, let me talk, man, let me talk. Man, I already let you talk, man. I want to talk. I want to say this. All right, I'm going to say what you, go ahead, say what you said. 5 seconds in. Man, I want to say something. Da, 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 da. Now we need some feminine energy in here. Because all we got is bricks slamming up against each other. There's no water. Communication is water. We were communicating, wasn't no problem. Even when we came in with the challenge, it still went like water. What we experienced was an imbalance of masculinity interjected into the conversation. And then some other dude outside the car was like, what do you know about other religions? Who is this guy? What about the ones without deities? What ones without deities? Buddha. Buddha's a deity. What, you want to? No, don't talk to him. Let him talk to me. All right, I'll talk to you. I want to talk. Who I'm talking to. So you not only came in as an agent of confusion, you brought a friend. And then after a while, it didn't take long for the dude to be, I could hear it in his tone. After his first 2 statements, he was ready to learn. She ain't want him to learn. Because nah, nigga, I came here to slight phase 1. You can't sit here and ask this nigga to make more sense. That defeats my purpose of existence.
As soon as she had said everybody right, that's what threw me right there. Because everybody can't be right.
We weren't even, see, at that point, nobody was arguing or nothing. We was just having an exchange of information. And he was asking questions, I was giving him answers. And then the Allah thing she brought up, again, that's just, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can imagine how many things we have to tailor to people's individual experiences and their ability to receive things. You have to be able to tailor it. That's what I was taught to do. Some people can't handle all them facts at once. You have to slow it down for certain people. Because if you don't, then they'll do like, you know what I mean? You got extremes where like 607 Unc was mad at Bedell because Bedell uses words that people don't understand. That shouldn't be something that affects you negatively if you genuinely want to grow. He said a word you don't know. If you say amalgamation and you don't know what that is,
Look it up.
Go look it up. Now you're increasing your vocabulary, but people don't want to say, people would rather read the dictionary by themselves than to say that a man gave them some words to look up. They don't want to give no credit to another man. It make them feel less than.
Ego.
That's why she said that's a man. That was what a man put in the book or something like that. And I was just like, well, that's what every book is. Like,
damn near all these religious books.
Anybody got a book out the woods? Like a man had to write it.
That's the point.
Man don't necessarily mean man don't necessarily mean male. Like one man, female. Like it's all mankind. Like mankind include females.
For sure. And feminine energy and feminism, they done got married recently, and people don't want to tell the truth. A lot of the women that are out there in that conscious community, they starting to align with feminism. And it may be time for it. It's just that when it's time for some things to happen, just understand there will be infiltration. It's time for the women to get with each other, start working with each other, standing up for one another, all of that. Not in vain, though. Not just because men is around.
Up against people they hate.
Yeah, feminism went from being like empowerment to women to hate on men. Like all feminism,
you don't like him, I don't like
just hate men.
Yeah. And the man got something to do with that too. The men made it that way because when the women started working together to stand up for their rights, the men got mad. And they started attacking the women on what they were fighting for. And the women started fighting back and the niggas got scared.
And feminism wasn't even a black female thing at first. It was that was a white female movement. They
I heard about that.
That was to take them black men out the house.
Yeah, around all that World War I, when black men started, when they let black people in the army,
that's when
all the black men were sending money. All the black men were sending money to their family, so they females didn't have to work. White women saw that, they were mad, so they started a movement to where it was like, no, black women gonna work too. And when white women saw how black men treated they females, they got jealous. So they started all that feminism, and Rockefeller jumped in and he saw that as a way to mislead. So now he got everybody in school. So that now you not teaching your kids, not a school teaching your kids. You kids go to school 8 hours. Like that's a whole stranger teaching your kid for 8 hours, filling their head with knowledge, all that misinformation. Yo, you let schools be schools be having way more influence on your kids than you, because people now you at work all day to keep up with the economy. You can't sit your kid down and be like, what you learned, what you learned today, what all you did, and then correct them when it's wrong and be like, this not what we believe in. You don't instill no beliefs in your kids. All your kids is learning this information from school, and they see this is right. Like no kid go to their teacher and be like, I don't, it's wrong. They be like, I don't understand.
That was me. I went to a lot of teachers. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
me
not
too.
right. It's incorrect. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, that's incorrect. What do you mean it's incorrect? That says Chief Black Indian or Chief Blackfoot. Yeah. And what did he say in his letter? He said Chief Blackfoot is an Indian. What's the problem? He wouldn't have called himself that for one,
And
right?
I used to be the
Because he
type
didn't
of person
speak y'all language.
I
And
went
he
to my
wouldn't have
teacher like,
called himself an Indian because he didn't think he was in India. Y'all said Indian because y'all thought y'all were in India, or Christopher
Yeah,
Columbus and the rest of them people was talking about. They thought they were in India. So they said Indians. He wouldn't have called himself an Indian. So what do you mean Chief Blackfoot is an Indian? He has pride. He won't. That's a lie. This is a fake letter.
that's
And
what the
he
five
couldn't debate it.
from too,
and then
right?
and then when
Huh?
I try to teach other students and stuff, like what I ain't gonna say not because I don't be trying to really teach people. I be trying to just make people think. Cause like when I talk, you gonna have to think about what I'm saying. And when you start thinking about what I'm saying, you're gonna start thinking about what you believe in. And that's the key to learning. To start thinking. Think for yourself. Don't just believe and go off what other people say. Think for yourself.
That's why I said earlier, man, don't believe in nothing. You gotta know.
That's
That's
what I
why
was taught.
I'm curious. And I started
Malachi York taught that. Don't believe. No. And if you don't know, do what you have to do to know.
that's how they get you to make you believe something and you don't really
Mm-hmm.
understand it.
And most of like when I swear, like I was trying to like people like so cool. You think the Earth flat? I was like, yeah. They was like, why you believe it? I literally got on the board, started drawing a circle, started showing them how the sun and the moon just move around in the firmament. They was like, I see your point. Then they be like, so how you believe all the space and stuff? It's fake. Like they just like then I start telling them like, who told you about space? Like, did your mama come and tell you about space, or did the teachers teach you about this shit and made that shit make sense? Because that's all they do. They try to make it make sense when it don't make sense. They don't actually go show you that shit. They never took you up in a racket and showed you space. So why the fuck you just believe it?
Yo,
You
Tah,
just see it with your own eyes. Why you just believe it?
Right back.
Robert, pull me back up. You froze on me. We're about to do
Right back.
that flat earth thing.
Oh, all right. I used to hold on. Let me spit this out.
It's depth of flat earth, by the way.
All right. So I used to get on the board, and I like people be asking me like, "Corey, you believe the Earth flat?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm finna try to explain it to you the best I can." So I get on the board and I draw it, and I show them how the sun and moon sit and they just rotate around the Earth and all that. It's not we spinning around the sun and all that. And so the first thing they first answer be, well, what about space and the stars and the moon and all the other planets? I'd be like, it's out there. It's just not out there how they say it was. It's a firmament. He separated the waters above from the waters below. He sealed it in the firmament. You cannot go out the firmament. They do not go into space. You can't break it. They want to break it bad as fuck because they want to leave because they time running out. They
You know,
want to get out, but they trapped and they gonna have to face judgment just like everybody else. And that's what they running for. They want as many people. They want to take as many people as they can with them to go misery love company. They know they wrong, but they still to them it's too late. Like that's what they feel like.
from
They
the
in their
time,
heart they
you
feel
know
like
that?
it's too late for them.
That come from the time. The time that the Germanic time, what they call that shit, GMT.
I don't know nothing about that. You got to teach me.
Exactly. Time came from Britain. So time ain't real either, bro. They
Yeah,
create based on
it's a mental construct. People created it so they like it's
why
like
time feel different now. Like yo, why shit going by quick?
uh
Because time was man
people
made.
experience it different.
It
When
was
you
man made.
yeah like we used to say that all the time in school. Like when you having fun, tyrant about buku fast.
Yeah, y'all froze up.
Y'all good? Everybody
Yeah,
good?
I'm back. You froze up. Hey Ty, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, but he froze up.
Yeah, shit. I'm over here eating goddamn carrot wrap.
Hey, I appreciate this though, for real though, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring them back up. What was the other brother's name?
I don't think he even said his name when he came on.
I'm saying, like, do you know his username?
Uh-uh.
Alright, hold on. Give me a second, cause they got them Kel rap good in the motherfucker, boy.
Yo,
You back?
yeah, what happened to do with the flat Earth thing?
I don't know. What was his username?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know it either.
All right. Well, basically, Germanic is called Germanic. Man, what's that shit called? It's GMT. They created the time in Britain because Britain wanted to be able to be the first people to understand how to get to places and be able to get to all places and know every single time zone. They created a line in the sky, and that's how they was able to create the circle that we live in because of time. But it's an imaginary line that's based off the equator. And damn, I gotta do more research on this. But I know for a fact they created time, and that's how they was able to conquer. Britain conquered everything. That's why we speak English.
So you believe in flat Earth?
No, I don't believe the world is flat, but I do think that it has curvature to it. But the whole round it, that comes from the space of time. So how they were able to read time was from the sun. And what they would do is they would measure when the sun hits a certain point in the sky, that will be 5 o'clock. Then it would hit this point, that would be 6 o'clock. That's why you could actually tell the time if you take your fingers and go under the sun. You could do it right now. You could count the time in the sky because that's how they created time. And that's how they got the curvature, the atmosphere around it.
I got a question.
Yep.
I got a question for the panel type shit. My bad, y'all. Cause oh my good. Cause I just came from Mississippi, and y'all already know how I get. If you know, you know. All right, boom. So it's time man-made.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Gregorian metric. What the fuck? Hold on, let me look this shit up. I'm telling you, I seen it and I was like, get the dude actually explain how you can count what time it is right now without a clock. You can actually tell what time it is with your fingers. He basically was saying that the way time moves around the earth, that's all it is. The sun moving around the earth, and depending on where it is in the sky, that's what the time is. But the earth ain't round. It ain't perfectly round. It ain't a perfect sphere. So they have certain days where it would actually move further over, meaning like they would have to create certain times like leap years and stuff like that. They had to do that to be able to get the sun to line up with it.
Yeah, that big good. There you go, Trey. Oh, down there. Yeah. All right, my phone. My phone
Bro,
had
I'm
opened.
finna say this ain't not either,
Another dude.
folks.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, yo, this is
Say, bro, let's
Claude.
This
go.
is my little partner. He was on here. He was on the live and shit watching. I be putting him on. But I missed that bit. What we was talking about? We was talking about time, huh?
Yeah, so how the time used to be counted back in the day before we had clocks. They would actually count it from the sun. That's how they
Yeah,
knew.
the Mayans and all that.
Yeah, they always knew the time. They talk about time was
There's
created. It wasn't.
there's more. They still go off. They when they base their time off when they came up with their time, they based it off theirs. They just corrupted and switched it all that daylight savings, all that. Like how time just changed. The fuck? Time's it's supposed to be a measurement. You can't change it. It's supposed to be exact all the way through
But you know why they had to do that?
to explain other shit.
No, because the sun don't actually go perfectly around.
Yeah, I was just about to
Yeah.
say that, no
Well,
cap.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No cap. I was just about to say that shit. Cause the sun don't go all the way around like that
It go
much. Like that's why we have uneven days. We got them leap years, all that
Yeah.
shit.
All the solar.
like
What is called?
It's to keep up with it. Like it's to make it all like connect at the end of the day, bro.
So we all got the same time we can go by
Exactly.
world.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got what's that shit called? The time zones where you have different time zones and
Yeah,
every
because right now I'm in Atlanta. Right now I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from BR. Our time, an hour back. My phone still say my BR time. Like yesterday we was hooping, and then my bro right here,
My little brother, a guy.
my bro right here, he was like, the nigga was like asking what time it was. Nigga was like, it's 5. Nigga, everybody was like, shit, no, it can't be 5. Then it was like, then they checked another phone. It was like 6 something. I was like, oh yeah, my phone said an hour back. But you see how it is, like how you could just find discrepancies like that.
Alabama and Atlanta, they're an hour away from each other in time wise.
Yeah, because Alabama around Louisiana, yeah, 10 hours, 10
Hours away.
hours out.
Same with Tennessee. You might have
Man,
to
I
refresh
appreciate
that
this
shit, bro.
though, for real, man. Like,
I don't think man-made time.
To be safe.
I don't think time is man-made.
You said
What
you don't think it's man-made?
What's your view on
Nah,
it?
I think that time is used to calculate motion, and
Mm-hmm.
time is a calculation of cycles.
Yeah, yeah.
And in order for man to have created the time itself, they would have also have to put into effect or put into motion those bodies that move to be calculated.
Yeah, they studied it for a long time. It ain't just come out of nowhere.
So that's
I
an
ain't, ain't
observation. They didn't
yeah,
make it; they just observed it, and
facts.
they called it time.
it
They're
was,
calling time
yeah,
this amount of cycles or
Days,
lunations.
hours, minutes, whatever.
Yeah, so it's a cyclical observation. We didn't start the cycles.
just like we didn't create math, we discovered it.
Boom.
Okay.
So yeah,
I feel that
Yeah,
though.
I could, I could,
I
I could
feel that,
rock with
but
that.
I feel like that bit it kind of man-made though. Like I feel like he just said, math we discovered. You know what I'm saying? I tell you all the time, bro. You know I'm in school for this shit. Like I tell you all the time, bro. Everything in the world is numbers, game. And like
Yeah, all the numerology
yeah,
and
you
shit
feel
like.
me?
Uh-huh.
Like I tell you that all the time. And like I feel like that's the same with time because all time is a form of measurement. If we're being honest. So I feel
Yeah.
like
But even if we didn't measure it, it would still pass. Like time would still pass. We just wouldn't really care about. I say the most simplest form of time is sun and moon. Like
yeah,
how
day
it
to
go
night.
from day to dark.
Yeah, day to night.
I
Oh
say
God.
that's the most simplest form of time.
But I'm talking about like our logical, like our perspective of time, like the numbers, like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's just all like man made, bro. That shit just measurements at the end of the day.
it's not man-made.
I feel
It's
you, but like I
measurements, but
agree
it's
with
not man-made
your side though, Ken.
because in order, huh?
I said I agree with you though. Like I hear you on God.
Yeah, like that's not man-made. That's observing that there are 12 hours, technically speaking, in a day, 12 hours at night, or 12 hours of darkness, 12 hours of light. That's an observation. So they make the clock, not to say that the planet is round, they make a clock based off of the cycles of the numbers.
Okay, so look, if you say that, you know it's like so you just said 12 at night, 12 at day. But you know it's not really 24 hours in a day though, right?
It's
Yeah,
not
I was taught that it was 23 hours and 56 seconds.
okay,
Yeah. It's
56.
not really 24 hours. So wouldn't Tom be wrong at all times then at that point?
You said, wouldn't time be wrong at all times?
Yeah, because it's technically off by
No,
a
they use atomic time clock. Look it up. Atomic time
second.
clocks to where they still keep up with it. They just want it to be 24. They still keep up with it though. So when it changes, it's changing in alignment with how the atoms are moving in your reality. It's called an atomic time clock. So they're keeping track of every little change. They have something called a leap second, not just a leap year. So it's not that it's wrong. They're still observing it. It shifts, which is why they have leap, not just leap year, leap second. They have daylight savings, spring forward, all that spring, whatever they call spring forward, daylight backwards, however they do it. They add stuff, they take stuff away, and you're not watching the clock as much as you think you are. It's electronic and it's based off of magnetism and atoms in your realm. So if the planet is speeding up in her rotation or its rotation, they calculate that. It's mathematics to them. It ain't just you look at the clock and say, what time is it? It's being calculated, but it's also being calculated down to the atomic level. There's an atom that is in the watch. There's an atom going back and forth. to accommodate for what they call a second. So time operates for them, those who calculate it, on an atomic level. So every small, minor perturbation or change is calculated to them. So they still keep up with it. They're keeping up with cycles. They know cycles change. The 24 is a rounding up for them to say, for people, when they're processing time, is this time, is that time. So no, not that time is wrong, is that they're calculating it with its fluctuations. It's not set in stone. They calculate the fluctuations also. It's just that we're not the masterminds behind that which causes for the time to tick or talk, or for the digital clock to show this number or that number.
So you saying it's based like, so basically you saying like it's like best way to say it, like flexible, I guess. Like
It fluctuates.
yeah, okay, yeah, basically.
They calculate and put the information out for us so that we can use it. Cause it ain't like I really calculate that shit myself.
That's all I'm gonna say. You do it if you do it yourself, you don't have to wait for them to tell you what time it is.
Real talk.
You can start calculating time now.
But
And
like
keep
bro was saying,
calculations, but you won't be able to have the same.
like
You'll run into the same issue. You'll run into the same issue of the planet being on an axis. All right, you'll run into the same issue that they ran into of equator versus the axis, or the equator versus the poles. You run into the same issue of time zones. All right, you'll run into the same issue. So time is what? Relative.
Yeah, you need time to plan things, because you ain't gonna be able to correlate with everybody else.
Let me tell you like this: if you were able to get in a vehicle and fly your vehicle in accordance with the movement or the apparent motion of the sun, right, and you stayed in alignment with the sun as the sun, quote unquote, traveled across the sky, would you ever experience nighttime?
Certain places on Earth don't have nighttime.
What was the answer to the question I asked?
Yeah, that's fact. Certain places on Earth it just be either like almost
The sun stay there.
it's
Yeah,
always
what
look the
was the answer
same.
to the question I asked?
No, you wouldn't have a nighttime. You'll be with the
Okay,
sun.
so then
That's like
it'll
a
be that
Bible.
same day. You see?
Wait, you would get there the same day?
No, it will be that same day forever.
Cause you will always be under the light.
You will
It'll
be
never turn
always
night.
observing that sun and moving through time zones. You will have no time.
Wait a minute. Is that why they say people go to space and they don't age?
Talking about when they go
I don't,
close to
I don't
black
know. I've never
holes
been
and
to
stuff.
space.
But that whole theory is fake if space don't exist. They just made all this shit up.
How you know that?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said if that's why I said that whole theory is fake if they just made all this shit up. If space don't exist, they all made it up.
I think space is good.
You still believe in it? I like the aspect. Like I watch all that Star Wars shit. I like it.
My thing is like, for
But
example, like
if you go only off the Bible, it's fake.
I'm just saying though, like when people say like they think it's fake though, like I always had a question about that. Like, so what do you think?
Yeah,
Like,
I
what do you
like
think
I
of
like
like
I
the
like when we
moon
have
and the
conversations
earth?
like
You
this.
feel me? Like, you think the moon and earth is fake or something?
No, the moon and Earth, the moon and the sun is for sure real.
So where does that sit?
It sit inside the firmament. It's not outside. It's inside.
So let me ask you this. All right. So this is the flat Earth segment, and you
Yeah,
gotta be ready for questions.
I got you.
Yeah.
Don't get upset with me. None of that. I ain't gonna get upset with you.
I got
It's
you.
all learning.
It's all learning, bro.
All right, bet. How you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that the Earth and the Sun are inside the firmament?
Oh,
Well, I didn't say that. That was
I
him.
said
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
That nigga passed the buck immediately.
Oh God, because I
No. So
Hey, be careful in the interrogation room with that nigga.
you say how I know that. All right.
Yeah, how you know that?
If you going or if you going only off the Bible, God say I'm not in exact words. In my words, God say
Okay,
well
let me
not in
stop
my
you right
words.
there. Let me stop you right there. How do you know that? Not the Bible. How do you know?
Oh, I don't know. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
then
I
why you
don't,
keep saying that? You just believe it?
I guess that's what I am saying. I believe it.
So that's how you need to start off. You be like, I believe that the Sun, and because if other than that, what if he lying? You don't know. So you just said something that you don't know to be true.
Facts.
I believe the sun and the earth, sun and the moon are up under the firmament. I don't know that for myself. I ain't been up there.
Yeah, I
All
ain't.
right, go ahead. What's another point?
Oh, let's see. We still going off the
Flat
same
Earth.
subject.
Yep.
Flat Earth, the ice wall. Let's talk about that.
You ever been out there to Antarctica?
Nope.
Let's not talk about that.
I'm trying. I want to know though. I ain't gonna say. I want to know.
If you want to know, to go to Antarctica.
They done been to Antarctica though.
So,
No, they haven't.
Hey, man,
They just haven't went past
the
it.
no,
Russians.
some.
Well, but he just
No, I said, has
Yeah,
he been? Has he been
Oh,
to
okay.
Antarctica?
yeah.
Because they got shit in.
He
You
ain't
can
went
go
to
to
no
Antarctica
Antarctica.
right now.
Because basically, what Faye's saying is like seeing is experiencing. That's how you. That's the only way to really know truth is to experience it.
That's true.
you didn't believe it, bro.
No, what I'm saying is you ain't been to Antarctica. Don't try to tell me what I'm saying. I'm
No,
saying you ain't been to Antarctica. What you talking about? Ice wall. You ever seen it?
only talk about what you know.
You ever seen it?
No, I ain't never
You
seen
ever
it.
touched it?
I ain't never touched it.
Do you know whether or not it's there?
Not for certain.
Okay, there you go. All right, so don't talk about the Antarctica thing unless you say I
I bet.
believe the ice wall is there. Then I'll be like, okay, I respect your belief. Just don't tell me, bro, it's the ice wall. All right. Now describe for me the flat Earth model.
I have to talk about the. All right. If since I'm talking about flat Earth and I say I believe in it, basically the motto and belief is a flat Earth with the ice wall as the highest point. That's what keep all the water in, and then that's what the waters, the lands, then the sun and moon, then the firmament, and the firmament lock it all in.
Okay, where's the North Pole on the
That's
flat
the
Earth?
shit. North Pole is in the center, huh?
Okay, that was up. Where the South Pole?
As far as away from center, as long as you're going away from the center, that's south.
All right, you know how magnets work, right?
Yeah.
You know the planet Earth is set up like a magnet.
Mhm.
That's why you have a North Pole and a South Pole, correct?
Yeah.
What magnet you ever use ever where the North Pole is in the center, the South Pole is on the ring or the outskirts?
Keep it G. I never really used the compass before.
No, magnet. You play with magnets when we were little, right?
Yeah.
How old are you? How old are you?
18.
All right, hey, first of all, you doing very well for 18. I'm 27.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
So you played with magnets though when you were younger, right? They
Yeah.
still did magnets back then?
Yeah. They stick together. They
Yeah, they
they
stick
you
together,
flip
they
them and they
attract or they repel,
repel.
all that good
Yeah.
stuff. All right, the North Pole is on the top, South Pole is on the what?
Bottom.
Okay. The North Pole is on the what?
Top.
South Pole is on the what?
Bottom.
All right, what magnets did you play with where you had the North Pole in the center and the South Pole on the outside of the magnet?
Never. All right.
Because it doesn't exist.
So let me ask this. Since you saying top and bottom, North Pole, South Pole, and you saying the Earth is made like a magnet, that mean, you ever saw like the little diagram of how the magnet and it got the field and it go from north and the field go from south. It's like kind of
Yeah,
like
the
this.
magnetic field.
Yeah. So
Hmm
is that what the Earth shaped like? Because then if
I
that
don't
is
know.
what the
I ain't
Earth
been out
shaped
there.
like, I bet.
I ain't been out there.
Bet.
I don't know. I'm saying to you that if you're saying the flat Earth model represents the North Pole in the center, the South Pole on the outskirts, that's not scientifically possible. And you say that the ice wall is in where? Antarctica. That's the South Pole. How's the South Pole on the outside of the magnet? It's a pole. You know, we saying pole is saying up and right, erect, down, up,
True.
bottom, top, not middle, outskirts. That's not a magnet. That's not a pole. That's a circle. That's a hula hoop around a happy kid. But that's not
Yeah.
a pole. You know
I'm
what I'm
saying
saying?
they be joking on this bitch. They be joking.
Is it a joke though?
No. It
See?
was just
So all right, go ahead.
it was I speaking on
Tell me,
that, it was
teach me
just
something else. So we already got
I
that
bet.
clear, right? That doesn't make sense scientifically. So they made it up. Give me something else. Oh, hold on. You brought about the firmament. Okay, so the firmament is attached to the ice wall, right?
Yeah, and belief, yeah.
In your belief, the firmament is attached to the ice wall. Okay. Don't they talk about like something that's beyond the ice wall?
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
What do
Land
they say is
outside.
beyond the ice wall?
Yeah, if the firmament connect to the ice wall, it wouldn't be able to be stuff outside of it. It'll
There you go.
close it off.
There you go. You see, you got a brain that does not need flat Earth because most people I would have had to walk them all the way to where you jump to. You able to do that. I noticed that a bunch of times in the conversation. You know where we going. You don't need the illusions. You need to be in science. You need to be studying real things.
And
You
when
don't
I
need to
was
be
in
playing
chemistry,
around these people with these people are grown. These people are my age and older, and they wasting their time playing with stuff. They wouldn't be able to have this conversation with me because they believe something so firmly with so much conviction. They think that makes it true. And I'm talking to you, and I'm saying all I see is you're bright. You're a bright young man. You don't need to be playing with these people on the internet shenanigans. You need to be studying geography. You need to be studying science. You need to be studying neuroscience. You need to be studying psychology. You need to be studying physics. You need to study taxonomy. Anything that's dealing with real life sciences, you need to study it. And the more you study it, you're going to realize these people don't know what they're talking about because you're going to have questions for them. And be ready because they'll call you this, that, and the third. But then as long as you establish that that's their belief, it's all good. You don't even got to argue them. You say, okay, I respect your belief, and move on to the next point. All right, so what's the next point?
let's see. Hey, you throw something out.
Me?
Yeah, what you got questions about?
Shit. What I got questions about?
Was 9/11 real?
I
Yeah,
thought we were talking
I
about
mean,
flat
it
Earth.
happened.
it's definitely real.
He talking about Earth. You might as well
I
bring
thought we were talking about flat Earth. How we get to 9/11?
that.
Were you just flipping through the Illuminati cards?
That's what
the little playbook.
Listen, it was
I
real. It was real enough. People died, all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you mean was 9/11 real? Yeah, the date happened.
Was you there?
No, I wasn't there.
I
My
was.
people was there. What the hell?
I was.
Huh?
You got
My
witness
people was
accounts.
there.
I was there.
You was there.
How
So
old are you? How old are you? Who said you were there?
So
You were what?
I'm 31 years old. I was
You were
there.
there at the. You were at the building?
Listen, I seen what happened
No, you
when the
wasn't.
first
No,
building.
was you at the building, bro?
No.
Talking about you was there.
No, no.
Was you in New York?
All right. So if you ever go to New York City, if you go to a building, right, in New York City, you can be in another borough and still see a building in another borough. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in New York, I was in second grade. They pulled us out of school when the first building got knocked down.
Or
First building got knocked down. I was in the house while the second building got struck. Now, guess what? I was looking at the building while looking at the TV. Nothing hit the building. It collapsed.
nigga, I ain't gonna hold you, fool. I ain't gonna hold you. I lost an uncle in that bitch twin. Like
They blew it up.
my sisters from their twin. Like everybody saw the fucking
yeah, but
plane twin.
that's not what he's saying. He's saying it happened. He just saying it ain't happen how they said in the
They
script.
blew
Like
it
how
up, just like they
they
did in '93.
Local people say that
In
they had
'93, they blew it up.
like people who was there, like people who was close
Listen,
enough to hear,
bro.
they
For,
said they heard the bombs going off. They ain't
for
hear no
2
crash.
weeks
Heard the
straight,
bombs.
bro. The
Bro.
building had smoke for 2 weeks after they knocked down. There was debris smoke from the building that stood in the sky for 2 weeks. It went all the way to the clouds. That's
Yeah,
not
look. And they say like how if a plane go into a building made out of steel and it's structured to stay up, it's structured
do
to stay
that,
up.
bro. A
How would
plane
it just
not
collapse
destroy the
down
building
like it
made out
go
of
straight
steel.
down?
All that jet fuel, twin. That
But what?
jet fuel gonna
No,
blow.
they will blow. All right, they will blow a significant chunk out the building.
Bro,
Yes,
I'm
Food,
telling
not
maybe the
nigga,
whole
you,
top
nigga.
up, but
Pops.
the whole building just come straight
Yes, bro.
down.
Some shit, bro. I do construction food. You
Hey,
know houses for a living, game. I do
hey,
foundations, bro.
hey,
Nigga,
man,
nigga, dead eyes. If your foundation is through, gang, you're cooked, gang. Like dead eyes, that shit could
hey,
be enough
man.
damage,
But
bro.
it ain't hit the bottom, it hit the
It
I'm
top.
hit the
saying it could
top,
be
What?
enough
dog.
damage though. You got
Hey, bro.
think
Hey,
about
bro.
think about.
Hey,
Hold
hey,
on, hold on.
hey, hey, hey,
Go
hey,
ahead,
hey, hey, hey.
go ahead.
Where's we going right now?
Facts. Shit, we just on 9/11. We just going.
9/11 just happened like a month ago. Like, damn, that like a month ago. You know what I'm saying?
Keep the fuck
You know what I'm saying? That's past.
He
So
not wrong though. 9/11.
where we going
Except it
right
was
now?
September.
I do.
Shit, I went. I wasn't there. So, like I said, it wasn't real. I don't know. I wasn't there. I know the
Yeah,
date passed.
I wasn't even born.
I know I was lifted up, and then my pops put me over the terrace. He said, "That's the yo." Exactly what I seen. That's the yo. And we seen the building going down. I look
Yo,
at the
that's what's
TV.
up.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at the
we got
TV.
the calendar.
Plane
That's
Bro,
came.
what's up.
you just said he was in second grade.
That's what's up. So you looked over and saw the building collapse?
I
Shit.
seen the building collapse.
Second grade, you remember something like?
Nah,
Don't you
bro.
remember your second grade teacher?
You said what?
She was mean as a bitch. I know we was just having a sad conversation. Y'all straight.
But the whole point is you can't believe everything you see. That's what I'm saying. Things
Yeah.
You
are
didn't believe what you saw?
Not even seeing it though. Like this is like people tell, like my people. You know what I'm saying?
When
Like
you saw it, did you believe it?
what I'm saying is you can't believe what you see on TV. I
it's like
seen
When you
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
did
I
you see a plane?
believe
shot right, and you was there. The nigga that got shot, but he didn't get
Hey,
shot.
bro, when y'all have y'all side conversation, can you mute it?
Yeah, I got you.
So check
Wait,
me out.
listen. Did you see a plane hit the building?
No plane hit the building, and there was
Okay.
no plane debris.
Okay. So
Listen,
you didn't
our
see a
airport
plane. Now
huge.
look, did your
I used to
dad see a
work with
plane? Did your who you say it was a dad or your uncle? Who was like,
my
yo,
pops. Picked me up
uh-huh.
because I didn't know what the Twin Towers was. I was like, "What you talking about? Why they said the Twin Towers got knocked down?" He said, "Nah, one of them." He said a plane hit it. He said, and when we got upstairs, this because my school was downstairs from my building. When we walked upstairs, he lifted me up when I got into the apartment, and he said, "Look over there. You see that building?" And the minute he said, "Yo," it started collapsing. I'm watching it the whole time. We looked to the left and walked back into the kitchen, and we seen the TV. We see a plane go through it, another plane go through it. Now look at that footage now, and tell me it don't look weird. We already knew what was going on because when that happened, my pop was like, "Yo, that's crazy. You seen a plane go through it?" I was like, "I didn't see it. Maybe it hit the other side." But no, bro. The same side that we was looking at was the same side on TV. That's how I knew. I was like, man, listen. And my pop said it the day it happened. He said, yo, they tried to blow that shit up in 93. And they did. Before y'all were born.
Before you were born?
Exactly. Before we were all born in 93. I was born in 94. They
Yeah.
tried to blow it up with explosives. They failed at it. And they couldn't blow it up. I'm telling you, man, you can't believe everything you see on TV, just like JFK. They say he got shot from a secret bullet. The people that was there know what happened.
Bullet talking about some shh.
Hey, hold
Don't
on, hold
tell
on,
nobody.
hold on, hold on, hold
You can't
What you doing? I'm feeling you, but don't say nothing.
Like my charger over there.
Hey, hold up. I ain't laughing at
Keep this
nobody, but
between us.
this nigga said the bullet said shh. All right, man.
I'm
Y'all
just finna
good,
enter
man.
your net real quick. You good with that?
It's crazy out here, man.
There's conspiracies happening now.
They got heat-seeking bullets.
All these niggas been talking about the extraterrestrial invasion. Don't try to run when November passed. I'm just waiting on December. So as soon as December 1st hit, I'm giving them hell. It's gonna be an invasion in November.
I'll holler at
Because
y'all,
y'all
man.
niggas saw a fucking article. I can't wait till December 1st, 12 a.m.
When they said that?
A lot of niggas been saying that. You ain't been paying attention?
I mean, I ain't seen y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know they was
A
talking
lot
about
of
that.
niggas say it's gonna be an extraterrestrial invasion in November. Come on, bro.
Yeah, they did. They was talking about we
Damn.
gonna have portals opening up. We gonna watch the
Mm-hmm. Oh,
shit
I
return
can't
and
wait
all
till
that other
December
shit.
1st, boy. Cause I be loving to show these folks, bro. These folks is what you call false prophets. Don't nothing they say gonna happen.
Damn, that's crazy. I want to see it though.
Yeah, I feel confident it ain't gonna happen though. So I'm just waiting. I might as well write a book and drop it on the 1st of December about false prophets and November invasion. I'm gonna write the book with the assumption that the shit ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, and then I'm gonna be like, "See, told you it ain't gonna happen." In this book, remember I told you it wasn't gonna happen. And da, 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 da. So who's the real problem? I'm gonna hit their ass hard. Nigga said it's aliens coming.
The aliens are already here. We aliens.
Here we go.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking
Y'all finna light your ass up.
they said the government gonna fake an alien hologram every step.
How you gonna fake an alien hologram? It's either alien hologram or it ain't.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point of a hologram.
I'm saying like, what make y'all think that government finna who they got that money like that?
They do got the money like that and the technology. I'm just saying, if it's gonna be fake, it's gonna be fake. If it's real, it's real. If it's a real hologram, it's a real hologram. What the fuck is a fake hologram?
I'm just quoting
Then
what
they
they were
say,
saying.
oh, they're gonna fake an invasion. Nigga, you don't know what an invasion is. Ain't no hologram breaking into your house.
But
If
like
it's a
the
nigga
people
that's
who
a
say,
hologram robber outside your house, you good. You ain't got nothing to worry about. That ain't no
but this
real
was crazy to
invasion.
me though.
That nigga gonna be
This was
he can't touch shit, he can't contact the physical realm tangibly. Okay, cool. So what the fuck is a hologram invasion? You mean you tell me we gonna see UFOs flying around shooting lasers and ain't shit blowing up? There ain't nothing
but
scary about that. And then only a stupid person would think that a fake laser is real.
the funny part to me though is like, okay, some people say it's gonna be fake. Some people say they're coming for real. But some of the people who say they're coming for real say it's a firmament that can't nobody get out of or come into. So the aliens got the key. Can't nobody else
They
come
must
in
have
but the
got the key
aliens.
on it. And
Yeah.
then what about that meteorite that we just seen in Atlanta? Where the hell that came from?
Uh-huh.
It came from outside the firmament. But how it get in? See what
Oh
I'm
look,
saying?
but look, okay, so people who think the firmament, right? But they're mostly religious. But in a religious text, it's talking about angels and stuff coming down and stuff like what they got the key to the firmament. So obviously there is a way. If there is a firmament, there is a way to get in and out of it. In the same text you get in the firmament from is talking about things coming to earth from outside of it.
Thanks.
Yep.
All the angels.
Yep.
That's about it. That's what all this shit about. That's why they want to get out.
How you know that? You know, you ask how you know, it shut down a lot of that confusion. How you know? How you know that's why they want to get out?
That's what they say.
Who?
Shit.
Yeah,
For lack
they
of
You want
usually
better,
you
check
want me
it.
to
for
tell you
lack.
how to get out? Let me tell you how to
Hey,
get out of this, right? Because it's
I
like one of
fuck
them
with Fave
submission
energy, bro.
holds.
He check everything.
This one, listen, this is one of them master grapple holds on UFC. Just be like, I don't know. That's how you get out of it.
So this is what I heard.
Yeah, what you heard, but do you know?
Nah.
All right, you got out of it. A lot of people just be choking to death.
See, I think I don't believe. I think about, so I have thoughts, and then the things that I don't know about, I still think about them, and I can have many thoughts on one thing. So they say, do you think the Earth? What shape do you think the Earth is? I could have more than one thought. I could think
Yeah,
maybe it could be flat, maybe
yeah,
it could be round, maybe it could be
Yeah,
a fuck.
facts.
It could be a pyramid. It might
right,
be a titty shape. But
right.
the Earth might be
Now,
two
now
titties.
watch this. If we had to go and stop a bomb from blowing up, and we call you in and ask you what cords you think we need to cut?
I could take.
Are we
Hey,
fucked or are we fucked?
hey, we fuck. I got a
It's 70
guesstimate.
cords. We ask you which cord you think we should cut. I think the blue one
But
with the beige dots on it. I think we should go for that one. Boom. You know what I'm
but that's
saying?
why when you're in my position, you don't. Oh, like I know I'm a teacher. I'm teaching y'all. I might share my thoughts and we could converse in thoughts, but I might lead you to an expert. Like I might tell you go to Dr. York. I know some of the stuff from the books I've read and I think some things of it, but like I would lead you to him. I would lead you to the bomb expert. You know what I'm saying? Call them.
Hell
I know
yeah.
their number.
That's what I be doing. Cause I don't know none of that shit. Maybe somebody internet. I say,
Push.
look, go read up on Malachi. Da da da. Well, I don't know them folks.
You know,
And if
push.
I do, I just don't consciously. I don't recall it consciously.
Maybe when I'm up like more like that.
See what I'm saying? Look, the flat Earth stuff, they made it up. They don't know what they're talking about. The cutting down trees, the giant thing, they made that up. A lot of this stuff
You
is
know
made
about
up. They
that?
just made it up. And then
I
I
ain't mean to
ask
laugh
them
at that. I ain't
questions,
mean to laugh at that.
and then they get mad because they can't answer them.
Mhm.
And one of the
I
main
think
questions I ask these people is, how do you know?
I think what that comes with is the pride of wanting to be, oh, I'm the all known, I'm the teacher. Y'all come to me for
Yep,
the answers.
yep,
And when I don't have those answers, it makes me feel less, makes me feel
boom,
weak.
boom. It's fine. They got to go through that school, get over that. And if you want to grow and expand, evolve, yeah, then you're going to have to start saying you don't know more. Start acting like you know.
What's odd about it is like, okay, so I'm 21, right? It's odd when you have the teach these lessons to your elders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's so weird when you're the youth teaching lessons to the elders because you often have the ideology that I'm supposed to look to you for answers and wisdom. But it seems like you have the mind of a child, but you got 3 decades over me. You 40, you 50, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Just make sure you don't become the elder that's stuck in their ways.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because the youth always gonna be wiser. You just don't become the elder that's stuck in their ways. They can't be taught to, think they know everything. You can't
um
convince the elders that Jesus ain't coming to save them. You know what I mean? You try to talk to your grandma about that, she gonna tell you to get out of the house. She gonna throw holy water at you. She gonna rebuke you.
I'm a
You know,
demon.
you a demon. Who you been listening to? The blood. She plead the blood, not my Jesus, not my Bible. Da da. And you gonna be out her house. She ain't playing that. And
She
then she
get
gonna
the
sage the house. She gonna turn on the gospel music. She gonna
no,
walk
it's to the
around with the
point where
broom. She gonna sweep the walls. She gonna do all that.
hey, how you know everything,
Come on now. You think I don't have no grandparents?
bro?
Girl, come on now.
You know what
I've
I'm
been to the
saying?
country. I've been to, I'm not talking about like just, I'm talking I got country great grandmama, great grand. Come on.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they don't play that.
She put the gospel on.
Yep.
You
She
know what I'm
sweep
saying?
everything. She oil
Yeah.
everything down just because you did something that she think could get her in trouble with the Lord. And you can't tell her nothing else. And you have to respect it.
Mm,
You got to respect it because regardless of what you think she think and whatever she believe, that's the reason why you here.
yeah.
She
Nick,
the reason why
okay.
you here.
Yeah.
And therefore, anything that became of her psychologically, physically, anything like that, genotypically, phenotypically, that was shaped and affected by her religious belief system, that all went into you. So, are you going
Yeah.
to disrespect your ancestors by cursing Jesus or beating up on Christians? Are you going to disrespect your ancestors? Are you going to honor your ancestors? Everybody's about let's honor our ancestors until it comes time to talk about Jesus.
Mm,
You know what I mean? You putting out all these beads and you know what I'm saying, uh, voodoo dolls and you know what I mean, eggs and bread for ancestors that believed in Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. Like it's crazy that you say that because I've had a similar conversation like that recently. Is like you trying to contact ancestors who don't believe in it. So let's say you because everybody want to say, oh, my ancient African ancestors. First off, you don't even know if you ancient, like you don't even know if the people you talking about to fuck with you. Like you might be from a bloodline that betrayed them, and that's how you ended up here. But anyway, I ain't gonna get deep into that. So let's say you got ancestors who they believe in some type of different African belief. You don't know that they go with Oshun. You don't know that they go with Ra, Ra. You don't know if they go with Aset and Assad. You putting that out, trying to conjure them. They might not answer to that. You dialing the wrong number and expecting. I'm trying to call Tah or Faise, but I called up. I dialed in somebody else's number. I end up picking up the phone. This young elder. I'm like, man, I thought this was Faye's number. I'm like, nah, you got to put his number in. See, these numbers, when you put this in the dial pad, this contacts the young elder. This don't contact phase one. I put this number in the dial pad. This is connected to the contact 1440 Tah. So some of your ancestors, you dialing the wrong number. You can't put up ankhs, but they only answer to crosses. You can't put up Oshun and Ogun. They answer to uh whoever else. You know what I'm saying? And speaking on the ancestor thing, it's not like we need to demystify the term ancestors. First off, ancestors are humans, and all humans ain't some type of holy divine. Some of your ancestors cheating, lying, stealing, killing, raping, enslaving. You might call up an ancestor who ain't good, and you end up taking on their energy or whatever they was surrounded with them. You call the ancestor that's a rapist. You know what I'm saying? And but you just got this. Am I froze?
Now you cooking.
Nah,
We
you
just let
good.
you cook.
Nah, you straight.
Oh, everybody got quiet. I thought
Because you
We
said
listen.
something.
We just listening.
you end up calling the ancestor a rapist or somebody who is a slave owner or doing things that aren't good, and you want to like you end up opening that door to like come you we gotta let things people saying stuff like come to me, or I want to take your energy, I want to carry your energy. Like don't just be saying that. That's like I live in the middle of the projects and I just open my door wide open and get on the front porch. If anybody want to come here, come on in. That nigga, your shit be gone by the morning. Like
Sure. And then what about the ones that don't want to be bothered?
right. What about that's what I was saying earlier.
You
Like what if
calling on
I
people
said
that
some of
don't
them
want to be
people might not
bothered.
fuck with you, but what if they don't even fuck with you though?
For
Not even
sure.
not bothered, but I don't like you. I don't like
Yeah.